And welcome back to Home Track Heroes here. Final race of this particular show and this particular night, brought to you by Speedway Chevrolet, the Pro Late models, and a lot of these guys, Greg, they're going to be getting ready for a big couple of days. Some of them running both Super Late Model and Pro Late Model events for the Summer Showdown, but they've got 50 laps of good competition coming up.
Yeah, so it should be very exciting. Almost a bit of a warm-up or a preview for the Summer Showdown coming up on the 23rd and 24th of July. So we're going to bring you the starting lineup, starting from the back of the pack. The driver of the 10 car, Brian Cottrell. What's something that's going to be a little bit interesting is that car is going to be driven by Greg Scott in the Pro Late model for the Summer Showdown on the 23rd. So we look forward to seeing that. Next row up, we're looking at the 54, sponsored by Native Coin, and that's Brendan Theriot. And Brendan is also going to be in the Pro Late model division of the Summer Showdown on Friday, July 23rd. So we get to see so much of Brendan Theriot out here on a weekly basis. So much fun to see him in the Galloway, and now we're going to see him in the Summer Showdown, so make sure you get your tickets there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Brendan was really impressive in the Galloway too. First time on the 5/8 in moving up from the Hornet division. Well done.
Absolutely. Sponsored by Johansson Mechanical, it's the 9K of Caden Holm. Caden is going to be running in the Pro Late model on the 23rd, and his brother Tanner Holm is going to be running in the Super Late models on the 24th on that Saturday, so looking forward to that. Looking up to the next row, it's a 16-year-old brought to you by Joe's Racing Products, the 78 of Haley Constance, and we'll see Haley out here on Friday, July 23rd in the Summer Showdown in the Pro Lates. And then going up to the next row here as we look for, looks like Jonathan Peterson is just giving a little bit more time to Haley Constance, so much fun to see Haley out here on a consistent basis, and so impressive of a 16-year-old to be racing in this Pro Late model division. So now we hear as we go to the inside, and brought to you by St. Clair Family. This driver is going to be running in both the Pro Late and the Super Late on the 23rd and the 24th of July. It's the 3 of Wyatt Gardner.
All right, then we go up to another gentleman who has been out here for years and years and years. He will also be a two-timer, for lack of a better term, coming up for the Showdown in 125 lapper for the Pro Late models, the Bennett Design and Construction driven number 98 of Greg Bennett, outside of Greg. And this is one I've been looking forward to all season long. This gentleman last year in our BECU NASCAR mini stock division won absolutely everything there was possible to win. He did it here, he did it over at the Fall Classic in Yakima, did it down at the Olga's Dream 100 down at Madera. Thomas Stanford in the 19 really is going to be a lot of fun to watch. So much talent behind the wheel of that car, and he's making his debut. That's a former Tyler Tanner constructed car, and you know there's going to be a lot of juice under the hood of that. Then we move up to a guy who's been had a really great performance in the Galloway on the 5/8, decided to come out and get his skills sharpened up for the Showdown by running the 50 laps on the 3/8 Court Games, and Lang Auto Sports, the number 89 Tom Glitherow spotted car, driven by Donnie Wanted, outside of Donnie in the number 91 car. And he is brought to you by Pape Reynolds, the number 91 of Rob Dees, who will also be in the 125 lapper for the Pro Late models on the 23rd. Then outside, this guy is always a threat to win on the 5/8. Really made a statement on the Galloway with his victory in the J&R Truck Reynolds Lang Auto Sports number 18, along with DeYoung Inc. That is Nema Lang. Outside of Nema on the pole, it was a 6-car invert. Greg Bennett turned fast time in qualifying earlier this afternoon. Brought to you by Busch Light and Joe's Racing Products. Crown distributing the 7D car on the pole for this one. A couple with a win earlier this year, the 7D of Dawson Cox. So there it is. There's your lineup for the Speedway Chevrolet Pro Late models. Now, up in the grandstands, and it was thanks to all the guys from BECU who helped us get this thing going, by the way. But up in the grandstand, up in the flag stand, you saw a gentleman with a red shirt on and white pants, as they should be. And that gentleman is named Dick Avalo. And Dick Avalo was a flagman out here for a long time. And when Dick Avalo is in the flag stand, there is absolutely no question whatsoever who is in charge, and that is Mr. Avalo. I was talking to him earlier in the day, and I said, hey, this would be really cool if you could be down on the ground right in between the cars as they come out of turn number 4, waving the green flag as they go on either side of you. And it'd be cooler if you could do cartwheels while you're doing it. He didn't like that idea. I don't know why, but Dick Avalo is a legend out here at Evergreen Speedway. Speaking of legends, let's tell you about the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 191 in Everett, and the National Electrical Contractors Association, the Cascade chapter in Mount Vernon. They're powering our communities with union members earning more money. They have better benefits and greater job security. Thank you to IBEW and NECA for their support. So thank you to IBEW and NECA for all you do for us all over the state, country, and good to have you as a part of Evergreen Speedway. All right, this is going to be fun. These are the Speedway Chevrolet Pro late models, aptly paced by the Speedway Chevrolet Camaro that we use every year as the pace car here at Evergreen Speedway. You'll see them get them lined up side by side. The name of Lang up on the outside, the threat to win every race he ever gets behind the wheel of Dawson Cox in the number 7 car. Rick Dees will be on the inside second row outside of Rick in the number 89, Donnie Wannett, and also in this one, Haley Constance, Wyatt Gardner, Caden Holm, and look at that green flag. Oh, he hasn't missed a step. Holy cow, that was impressive. Dick Avalo getting this thing done in style. 50 laps coming up.
Just some flair there by Dick. That was pretty awesome to see him drop the green flag there as we look to your leader. And early on, the 7D of Dawson Cox takes the lead right in front of the 18 of Name Lang as they come into turn number 1. Now to turn number 2, there goes Rob Dees.
Spins the 91 around. So we will get this thing racked back up and show you a couple different angles and dangles of the spin as they will get them racked back up. I think they did manage to get a complete lap in as we kind of see how it went down with the number 91 of Rob Dees, Brendan Theriot, and Wyatt Gardner side by side. I think things just got away from him. I don't think anybody got into him. It just went around on them, and those things happen as it takes a little bit for those things to get. Now, here's what it looked like from inside Rob's car. You see the 98 of Greg Bennett there. You see Thomas Stanford in the 19 right alongside of him, and it just all you can do is just hang on and hit the brake pedal. And a good job by Rob getting that thing under control. So we will get it back underway and get that thing kicked back around. That is just a sharp-looking interior on that car. Nice, and everything is just right there and right where it needs to be, and nice and clean. Really good craftsmanship on that number 91 car. So we'll get the Chevrolet lights lit back up on our Speedway Chevrolet-provided Camaro. Get them racked back up in the order now. Boy, what a break for Greg Bennett in 98 too. That helped him out a lot, moved him up a spot, so he'll be up right next to the 89 of Donnie Wannett. With Thomas Stanford on the inside third row, Haley Constance up on the outside, Wyatt Gardner, and trying to see who else would be like the 54 of Theriot.
All right, they are side by side, starting to accelerate now at a turn number 4, and we see a great jump there as the green flag is shown once again by Dick Avalo, and I thought Nema had a really good jump there, but it looks like Dawson Cox in the 7D able to get back in front of the 18, and now you see Donnie Wannett side by side with Nema Lang in the 18 out of turn number 4, so great battle there, and Donnie Wannett, it looks like able at least this time by to be able to jump up into second right in front of the 18 car.
Yeah, those two have battled and battled and battled over the years at tracks all over the Pacific Northwest, especially in Yakima when they've been when that track was going in years past. And Donnie and Nema are just the closest of friends in the pit next to each other, and they're always bouncing ideas and whatnot off of each other. But Greg Bennett getting underneath the 18 of Nema Lang. Here comes Thomas Stanford. I'm wondering what's up with Nema. This is not normal for him. Stanford getting a little bit hot coming into the turn there, and a little bit of a right corner bounce off the 18, but gets it straightened back up and going forward. But there's something up with that 18 car.
You know, and I'm not sure if it was just he got stuck in taking that outside lane. You see him going very wide there. We're used to seeing the 18 taking that low lane everywhere and just on rails in that 18 car of Nema Lang. But so you saw Greg Bennett, you saw Thomas Stanford, and now you see Haley Constance able to get to that low side. Donnie Wannett was the first one kind of open that door as Nema Lang got to that high side, and now you see 3 other cars, including the 78 of Haley Constance, able to get around Nema Lang.
Yeah, Haley Constance has just been on a mission this season, improving. You know, we've said this a lot tonight, and it bears repeating how impressive it is to see these young kids improving every time they go out there, as Dawson Cox is just 6 laps into it and just tearing it up. Greg Bennett setting fast time, and then there's something about that 98 car. I was watching it qualify, and it came out of the turns just nice, and you even though the turns angled, that thing came out of it flat, and it wasn't trying to roll over, trying to let momentum take it off to the side. That thing was just stuck to the ground, and he looked so impressive just in those 2 laps of qualifying. And I kind of had a feeling this might be a pretty good night for that 98 car. It's currently in second spot with about a 1.5 or so lead by the 7D of Dawson Cox in his Busch Light car.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see good people and good things happen to good people, right? And Greg Bennett has always been a great person. I've had the opportunity to talk to him just a few times, but just one of those individuals that takes you on and is willing to show you everything about his car. He's willing to educate people, and I know he does for others. So much fun to see the 98 of Greg Bennett having a great race early on, as we're going to head to commercial break, and we'll be back with more action right here on Home Track Heroes.